the embalming room used to be has actually been converted into 3 rooms. They're typically the bargains here. They're usually about $200 a night. Above the first floor is $300 on up per night. So your bargains in the basement where the embalming used to take place. The room where the 2 girls passed away is the single window behind the balcony above the front door. So that's where we get a lot of activity here if you're taking those pictures tonight. The single window above the front door behind that balcony. Throughout Savannah, you notice the balconies have very few doors leading out onto them, and homes built in the 1800s have very few doors. There's a reason for that. There's a door tax in Savannah in the 1800s. To avoid paying the tax, people would build windows 7 feet higher so they could open the window, go out onto the balcony, and avoid paying that door tax. So that's why you do see those windows leading out onto most balconies in Savannah. Also, in 1979, Joe Namath purchased this home for about $80,000. His idea was to convert it into a party house. He spent about $150,000 on renovations, replaced all the chandeliers with disco balls. If you know anything about Joe Namath, that makes total sense. Had wild parties here. You can imagine the people living around the peaceful square didn't appreciate it one bit. They started complaining to the city. And eventually the city and the neighbors harassed Joe enough that in the early 90s he sold it for over $500,000. The last time it sold to the bed and breakfast that runs it today, it sold for over $2.5 million. So get a couple pictures of that window on the second floor, and then we'll walk along the other side and get a view of the viewing room where you still eat your meals when you